Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're tackling a huge topic in the prepping community, and it might just change the way you build your food storage forever. The title says it all. Stop stocking cans. Now, before you start throwing your canned beans at the screen, hear me out. Canned goods have been the go-to for preppers for decades, and for good reason. They're readily available, relatively cheap, and seem to last forever. But what if I told you there are far better, more efficient and even healthier options out there? What if the mountain of cans in your pantry is actually a liability in disguise? Let's break down the problems with a can-heavy pantry. First, weight and space. Cans are incredibly heavy and bulky. Think about it. A significant portion of what you're storing is water and metal. If you ever need to bug out, how much of that canned food can you realistically carry? Not much. Even for bugging in, they consume a massive amount of shelf space that could be used more efficiently. Then there's the issue of shelf life. Sure, cans last a long time, but they don't last forever. They're susceptible to rust, denting which can break the seal, and temperature fluctuations that can degrade the food inside. After a few years, the nutritional value starts to plummet. Plus, let's be honest, the variety is limited and the taste can be, well, metallic. Living off canned chili and peas for months on end is a recipe for serious food fatigue. Finally, there's the waste. Every single can creates trash that you have to deal with. In a long-term grid-down scenario, managing waste becomes a major sanitation and security issue. So if not cans, then what? The answer, my friends, lies in shifting our mindset from simply storing meals to storing ingredients. The foundation of a truly resilient food supply is built on bulk, dry goods. I'm talking about things like rice, beans, lentils, oats, wheat berries, and pasta. These are the calorie-dense powerhouses that have sustained civilizations for centuries. When stored properly, they can last for 20 to 30 years, or even longer. Compare that to the 3 to 5 year best-by date on most canned goods. Let's talk about proper storage, because this is key. You can't just leave a 50-pound bag of rice in your garage and expect it to last. The enemies of long-term food storage are oxygen, light, moisture, and pests. The gold standard for storing these dry goods is using mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, placed inside a food-grade 5-gallon bucket. This creates an environment where your food is protected from all its enemies. A single 5-gallon bucket can hold about 35 pounds of rice. That's a massive amount of calories in a compact, stackable, and easily transportable container. Imagine trying to store the equivalent calories in cans. You'd need a whole wall of shelving. The beauty of this method is its versatility. With a base of wheat berries, you can make flour for bread, pasta, or tortillas. With oats, you can make oatmeal, granola, or oat flour. With beans and rice, you have a complete protein that can be the base for countless meals. You're not just storing food, you're storing potential. This brings us to the next layer of your pantry: freeze-dried foods. Now, I know what you're thinking. Freeze-dried is expensive, and yes, the upfront cost can be higher than cans. But let's look at the value. Freeze-dried food is incredibly lightweight because all the water has been removed. This makes it perfect for a bug-out bag. The shelf life is phenomenal, often 25 years or more. And most importantly, the nutritional value and taste are far superior to canned food. The freeze-drying process preserves the food's structure and nutrients almost perfectly. When you rehydrate freeze-dried green beans, they taste and feel like fresh green beans, not the mushy grey things that come out of a can. You can buy pre-packaged freeze-dried meals, which are great for convenience. But the real game changer is buying individual freeze-dried ingredients. Think freeze-dried chicken, beef, cheese, butter, sour cream, and all kinds of fruits and vegetables like onions, peppers, and berries. Now combine these with your bulk staples. You can make a hearty chicken and rice soup, a beef chili, or a creamy pasta dish. The culinary possibilities are endless. You're no longer limited to just what the canneries decided to pack. You become the chef. This variety is crucial for morale in a long-term emergency. Being able to eat delicious, familiar, and nutritious meals will have a massive positive impact on your mental and emotional well-being. So let's build a sample meal to show you how this works. Let's say you want to make a chicken and vegetable stir-fry. You'd start with your bulk stored rice. While that's cooking, you'd rehydrate some freeze-dried chicken, broccoli, carrots, and bell peppers. You could add some soy sauce powder, which also stores for a very long time, along with some garlic and ginger powder from your spice collection. In about 20 minutes, you have a hot, delicious, and nutritious meal that tastes like something you'd make on a normal Tuesday night. You simply cannot achieve that level of quality or variety with canned food alone. Another major category to focus on is fats and oils. This is a common weak point in many prepper pantries. You need fats for calories, for cooking, and for flavor. While vegetable oil in plastic jugs has a short shelf life, you can store things like coconut oil, ghee, and palm shortening in bulk for much longer periods. Powdered fats, like powdered butter and shortening powder, are also excellent long-term options that can be stored just like your other dry goods in Mylar bags. Don't forget the supporting cast: sweeteners, salt, and spices. Honey, in its pure form, never spoils. You can also store granulated sugar and maple syrup. Salt is essential for survival, not just for flavor but for food preservation and bodily function. Store it in bulk, it's cheap and lasts forever. And build a deep collection of your favorite herbs and spices. They weigh almost nothing, take up little space, and can transform a bland meal of rice and beans into something truly enjoyable. Think about bouillon cubes or powder, yeast for baking bread, baking soda, and vinegar. These are the little things that make a huge difference. So am I saying you should throw out all your cans? Absolutely not. Cans still have a place, especially for short-term emergencies or as part of a layered pantry system. They are great for a 3-day power outage where convenience is key. Think of them as your first line of defense, your ready-to-eat convenience layer. But for your deep, long-term pantry, the one that's meant to sustain you and your family for months or even years, you need to think beyond the can. The ultimate prepper pantry is a dynamic system. It starts with a foundation of bulk, dry staples like grains and legumes. On top of that, you layer versatile, nutrient-dense, freeze-dried ingredients like meats, dairy, and vegetables. Then you add your fats, sweeteners, and flavorings. This approach saves space, dramatically extends your food's shelf life, provides superior nutrition and variety, and gives you ultimate flexibility. It shifts you from being a passive consumer of pre-packaged meals to an active creator of your own food security. Start small. You don't have to build this pantry overnight. Next time you're about to buy a flat of canned corn, maybe buy a 5-pound bag of rice and a Mylar bag instead. Instead of more canned tuna, look into some freeze-dried chicken. Gradually build up your stores of these superior food items. Over time, you'll create a food supply that is more resilient, more nutritious, and infinitely more enjoyable than a wall of metal cans. Thanks for watching today. I hope this gives you a new perspective on long-term food storage. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more content to help you become more prepared and self-reliant. Let me know in the comments what your go-to long-term food items are. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one.